the warrants on Clskw as well as Bitcoin and what we are expecting from those as of today. But before we get going, check out Capital Curiosities. They've got fantastic fiscal histories, mostly scams and dupes and other sort of crimes, financial true crime going on over there at Capital Curiosities. Very interesting stuff. I've been enjoying their videos. Link in the description. Go ahead and check them out. Let's get going. Clskw warrants. Now, they had an epic run the last few days. Let me turn off the drawings for a second. So since May 21st, we're on the 28th now. So in the last 8 days, we had a run that took us up 147%. We're currently giving back 18% of that, but we're just testing here that 100-day moving average there. That's what this one is. This lit up one there. That's a 100-day moving average. We're testing that out right now. Hopefully we can stay above that. If we lose that, we'll come down and fill this gap between the body here and the body there on May 23rd and 4th. That would be coming down to about 39 cents before we'd find support. And if we go lower, we could come as low as 30 cents, hitting the 50-day and 21-day moving averages there. Okay, you can see we got this big scoop came up. Now, it's not uncommon for these things to give back and come down a good amount and then take off from there, especially on a warrant. It's going to be very, very volatile. You can see on the BX trender today, we were printing a darker green, a lower high, but volume is getting wider. Now, what we can see here, though, that makes me feel good about this is the RSI. Look at the RSI. We went as high as 80 or 79.7 on the RSI, but look, the peak before was a lower read, and then we got a higher read on this higher peak, and now we're cooling off a little bit, right? And we might continue to cool off a little bit. Oh, look at that, it popped right back up. And we might just continue to make higher highs on the RSI, so that's going to be very exciting. If you bought anywhere back here between like 15 cents and 23 cents, like I've been doing for the last couple of weeks, you're very, very happy right now. Now, it's really important that we keep our heads on our shoulders right now and not get too excitable. All right, let's be realistic here and look at what we really, truly think this thing could possibly do, and where we would leave if it didn't achieve those goals. All right. We're not trying to hold this thing into oblivion. We did that last cycle. We're not doing that this cycle. Okay. We understand things better this time. We're going to perform better this time. All right. That's everyone's goal. That's everyone's job here, is to do better this time around, leave with more money than you started with, and don't give it back to Wall Street. All right. So that's what we're trying to do here. And of course, nothing I say is financial advice and not a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. Do your own research, your own due diligence, come to your own conclusions, and be responsible for your own risk. All right. So let's turn the drawings back on. All right. So we're going to go to a weekly real quick as well. So we'll look at the weekly. The weekly doesn't have anything yet to look at because it's not old enough. Let's go to the days. The 2 days, the BX trend is looking good. The volume's looking good. The RSI is barely tapping 68, so that's good. Let's look at a 3-day. BX trender, yeah, pointing up. Volume good. RSI looks like it's making a bull flag. Very good. I like all those things. Okay, let's go back to the daily. Okay, you can see I got a fib here. So I got a fib, one fib all the way from the bottom here, and we came below the 786, right? We came all the way down to here, so we drew a new fib, so we're not really concerned about that one, and I'm not really too concerned about this number. Well, you know what? I'll leave it. I'll leave those fibs because they are still important, okay? Because they go to the highs. All right, so I drew a new fib here. I drew this new fib right here. This is from the bottom down here, right, at 15 cents, and it went to that swing high from that first big move here just the other day. Went to that swing high right here at about 46 cents, right? Came to that. We could probably readjust this thing now that we got a new high, but you look like we're coming for this number right here. But let's go ahead and adjust it to the newest high. Okay, we're gonna lock that down. All right. So what are we looking at right now? We're looking at a potential. Oops, I don't want to do that. That's the other one. Okay, we're looking at, for right now, potentially we could come back to the 382. With ease. We could easily come back to the 382 at 41 cents, tap that, and continue. If we do not continue there, I'd be expecting us to come down to the 618 at 31 cents, and a worst case scenario, the 786 at 24 cents. That's my expectations, all right? And those will coincide with these lines, right? We're watching, this is angle 1 down here. The worst case scenario, we would hit angle 1. If we did it in the next couple of days, we may wick down and touch 24 cents. Okay, so we'd come down all the way to angle 1. If we hit just angle 2, worst case scenario is the 382. If we continue on with angle 3, which we're currently on right now, and is the most aggressive angle, and usually the angle that is the final angle of the move before we get a significant drawdown, we're on angle 3 right now. Okay, we're watching angle 3 go up. As long as we respect angle 3, we could go as high as 72 cents, maybe even 82 cents. If things get really crazy, we might hit $1.23 again. That's very possible. But as soon as we break this angle, we're coming down to angle 2. So if we hit 74 cents, or sorry, 72 cents first, and then break angle 3, then we're going to come down to angle 2, which will hit at about 56 cents on the way down. If 56 cents doesn't hold, well, then we're coming all the way back down to angle 1 to reset. And then we'll bounce along that for a little while through the lows, which may come in June. June's often a bottoming month before summer. And then we'll launch again from there. If we lose angle 1, that's bad news bears, right? We lose angle 1, and in fact, I'm going to put a thing on here, and I'm going to go crossing down. We lose angle 1, and we're just going to type in, you're out. That's it. That's it. We're done. We're donezo. We lose angle 1. That's it. We're done. Okay. That's going to be our invalidation level. That means that we are going to leave with a very slight profit and walk away. If we lose angle 2, there's still hope at angle 1, but we're going to lose a lot of profit if we lose angle 2. Okay. Angle 3 is not the worst thing to lose angle 3 because that's the most aggressive one. You can reset at angle 2 and head into a new angle 3. But you lose angle 2, you're going to go to angle 1. It's just going to happen. Okay. So that's what we're looking at right now on the warrants. We could come as low as 41 cents and bounce. And as long as we bounce there, we will likely come back up to 56, maybe cross 56. We cross 56 and close today. We are going to open up towards 72 cents. Now, be aware, we are going into a slumpy period right now. We're going into June. June is generally not a great month. And you can see Bitcoin is already coming out of my channel here. Bitcoin might retest $100,000. If Bitcoin decides to retest $100,000, you can expect these warrants to come back down and break angle 2 and reset at angle 1. Okay, we can fully expect these to come back down to at least the 5, the 382, maybe the 5, possibly the 618. Right? We can fully expect that over the next couple of days. And we will likely hit 31 cents again. So if that's too much volatility for you, you're going to have to make that decision as to whether or not you want to be in these things or not. But there's very much a path down to 31 cents from where we currently are if Bitcoin retests $100,000. If Bitcoin breaks out of this ascending channel that it's been in, it could come back down to the 50. Guess where the 50-day moving average is? Yep, it's at $99,000, which will be at $100,000 by the time it gets there. You can also see that the momentum for Bitcoin is negative. You can see that the volume is going from green to gray. You can see that the RSI is pointing down. Bitcoin wants to tap 100,000 from above. Okay, it wants to do that. So watch it. Watch that carefully. Okay. If it breaks to the upside, awesome, great, fantastic. But if it loses this ascending channel, we're coming back down minimum to $103,000, probably to $100,000. We do that, CleanSpark warrants are going to drop 20, 30, 40%. Okay. If you can't handle that, if you're up in massive profit right now and you're concerned about that, you're going to have to make some decisions about that. You're going to have to see if that's what you want to do or not. Now, do I think that the cycle is over? Do I think that this is going to end? No, I do think that we will see a cycle low come in the next couple of weeks, like maybe the next 2 or 3 weeks. And then I think we will see a summer rally. That is my personal opinion. And of course, that is not financial advice and not a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. This will be volatile. This will hurt. You will give back a lot of your open profit before you see that move up likely. And it's important to wrap your head around that and be prepared for it. Okay. And if it just breaks down and keeps breaking down and we lose angle 1 down here, and we come and we go and we don't just wick down to 24 cents, we closed out down by 24 cents. Well, then that means that something terrible has happened and I will likely be taking my leave from this position. And will I re-up it? Perhaps if it comes back down to 14 cents and it's still 2025 and Bitcoin's still showing that it could move up higher. Yeah, I'd reload. But if I lose angle 1, this move that we're currently on, that's done. That's over. And if it bounces along angle 1, right? Like it can come down a little bit for a day or two, then come back into it, and then like if you can get back above and reclaim angle 1 like quickly within a couple of days, yeah, I'd be still in it, still be holding it. Like I'm not going to cut it the second it crosses angle 1. but I am watching angle 1 very, very, very closely. But right now we're on angle 3. We're on 3, so we're not too concerned. We still have to fight through angle 3 and angle 2 before we even have a chance at touching angle 1 here, right? So that's it. That's clean spark warrants right now. We could move as high as 123 if Bitcoin blows off here and you know doesn't do the bearish thing that it looks like it's going to do. If Bitcoin does the bearish thing it looks like it's going to do, clean spark could easily give back. Clean spark warrant CLSKW could easily give back 40%, maybe even 50% of the last of the move from the last couple of days. So don't be too surprised if that happens. You know, don't come crying to me if it happens. I told you, I warned you. All I'm gonna say is, yeah, that looked like it could have happened on the chart. We got to be prepared for all of these scenarios. Things don't go up in a straight line, and even if it comes back down that low, it could recover or it could not. So that's why I'm watching my angle 1. I've got my angle 1, and I will take a loss if it goes below angle 1. Like that's just gonna be a reality. That's gonna happen. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I've been accumulating all the way down here for a while now, expecting the move we just got. I don't think it's over yet, so I'm continuing to hold. But you know, if 140%, like if you were buying all the way down here, right? If you were buying all the way down here and it went to the top, you know, 250% from the bottom here right now, or not right now, but that's how high it went. If you know, if you feel like that's enough, don't be greedy. So that's all I got to say about that. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Bitcoin is showing some bearishness. It could roll over. Clean spark warrants not necessarily showing bearishness yet, but we are in a cautious zone. We're up 250% off the bottom. It is likely people will take profit. So the hard part was getting here. So watch. So you can see that like right here, right? This candle here from May 22nd. Let me turn off my drawings real quick. I'm not done yet. Never mind. This little candle from May 22nd, right? It came up into this resistance. I got to turn my drawings back on. It came into this resistance area here, right? Notice how the very next day we dropped beneath it and we came back down to the bottom of that. This is trapped traders. This is the reaction of trapped traders. And the thing that's very interesting right now is we got up to the top of these trapped traders right here, right? And then we came right back down to the bottom of that support, top of the support here, meaning all these guys right here, they sold. And then what happened right after they sold? It launched right back up and through it. So what's going to happen when we get to, let me turn my drawings back on, it's going to be jarring. What's going to happen when we get to this little grouping of trapped traders right here? Because they just saw the previous group of trapped traders sell, dropping it all the way back down to support, and then it cut right back through that to the next level. They saw that happen. Are they going to fight it and sell when they break even here? Or are they going to let it slice right through it all the way to the top? Personally, the fact that I've seen that it came through all this resistance, sold right back down to support, and then immediately cut through all that resistance tells me that selling at break even at that point likely will result in me being, will likely result in me being disappointed because it will fall to support and then possibly slice right through once all those sellers are gone. So are they going to sell when we get here, or did they wise up from that previous cut through resistance and maybe they'll just let it slice right through? We'll see. We'll see, but that's what I'm kind of watching for. I want to see if it slices right through here. Like if price slices right through up to 86 cents and goes beyond that in one candle without giving back, that means that these trapped traders over here, that they have wised up from previous actions and they will allow it to rise. So we'll watch that. We'll watch that very carefully. And if price comes right back down to support after slicing through this area, like it comes up to 86 cents, and then the next day immediately drops to like 63 cents, and then the day after pops right back up to 86 cents, we'll also know that all those weak hands are gone and we're going to slice right through them again. So watch that stuff carefully. Watch it closely. Be aware we could drop 50% from here. Be careful out there. Watch things closely. I'm watching MicroStrategy and MSTZ for these moves right now. Like MSTZ is a inverse MicroStrategy ETF. I'm looking right here. This is my area. I did enter a position on this today. right now with the expectation that it's going to go from 539 to potentially like $7, and if it crosses $7, maybe even $11 or $12, that would be pretty cool. I am watching MSTR to lead the way down potentially for this pullback. Like, look at this. Yeah, this thing could come down another, 10% or so. Let me see. Is that 10%, or did I eyeball that well? Another 6%, maybe 8%, 6 to 8%. This thing can move down another off this double top it just did. And if it's really going to move down to where it finds support, like there's support over here, it could come as low as $300 on this move. Like we could come to here and just go to support right there, about 6 to 10%, or we could come all the way down, touch this descending channel from above, which would be like an 18% drop from here. That can happen on MSTR. So pay attention with that. We got a double top coming in, or it came in, we crossed it, we confirmed it to the downside, and it likely will continue, which would benefit MSTZ to the upside, potentially to $7 to $12, maybe. Because let's see, that was 18%. I said at max, so 6 to 18%. So let's take a real quick look at MSTZ and what that would look like if MSTZ were to make that move, that percentage move. Let's see. All right, we'll go here. What's 6% for this? 6% would be a move up to 574. Well, sorry, it'd be 12% because it's twice as much. 12% would be a move up to about $6. And then we got about 36%. Would be about 746. Yeah, and that'd be the full move. Boom. So this is the area I'd be expecting MSTZ to move to from 539 to 767. That would be my expectation. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description, as well as the channel bio. Don't forget to check out Capital Curiosities. They're a growing channel. They got some interesting content, and have a profitable day.